So let us start with first welding technique. So first welding technique that we are going to see is oxyacetylene welding. Oxyacetylene welding. It is a type of gas welding. Okay. So gas welding I had classified under which two names? Gas welding I had classified under which two names? It was liquid and chemical. Very good, guys. So it means in this welding technique, some chemical reaction might be taking place. And because of that chemical reaction, heat will be generated. And because of the heat generated, the plates are going to melt. Now, since some chemical reaction is involved, we must have some reactant. So, what are the two reactants that we need? First one is oxy. Oxy means O2. Other one is the acetylene, C2H2. So these are the two reactants that we are going to use. Okay. Let us see when they react what happens. O2 reacts with C2H2 to give us CO plus H2 plus heat. As of now, just some carbon of the acetylene has undergone combustion. So we have got carbon monoxide. And because of the combustion, we have got heat. But carbon monoxide is not very stable. It will again react with the oxygen. And will get carbon dioxide. And similarly, and when we get carbon dioxide, we'll get heat again. Here again we'll get the heat. Similarly, this hydrogen will again react with the oxygen. To give us H2O. And again we'll get heat. So let's balance this reaction. Here we have two oxygen. So here we'll keep two oxygen, two carbon, two hydrogen balanced. Sorry, here it was CO. Okay. This carbon monoxide is going to get combusted now. Okay. So we have two carbon monoxide. So two carbon there, two carbon here, two oxygen plus two oxygen, four oxygen. So total four oxygen here. Okay. Then we have H2. H is 2, O is 1. So let us keep this as half O2. Okay. So from the reaction, can you tell me, for complete burning of 1 mole of acetylene, how many moles of oxygen are required? For complete burning of 1 mole of acetylene, how many moles of oxygen are required? 2.5. Very good, guys. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 0.5. So for complete burning of 1 mole of acetylene, 2.5 moles of oxygen are required. Okay. So first copy this chemical reaction. And then write, for complete combustion, 1 mole of acetylene, 2.5 moles of oxygen are needed. 2.5 moles of O2 are needed. Okay, please copy this. This portion you might have written by now. Let us see the setup of oxyacetylene welding. So we'll have two cylinders. One will be the oxygen cylinder and other one will be the acetylene cylinder. This is the bigger cylinder is oxygen cylinder. The smaller cylinder is acetylene cylinder. Okay. Through both the cylinder, some hoses will be going out. Hoses means the pipes. and to these pipes a torch body will be connected. Torch body will be connected with a nozzle. So the oxygen cylinder is kept at 15 megapascal. The oxygen cylinder is kept at 15 megapascal. Acetylene cylinder is kept at 1.5 megapascal. Okay. So you can see here that both the gases are quite at high pressure. Both the gases are quite at high pressure. So when they come and mix here, here again the pressure will be quite high. The pressure will be quite high. To sustain this high pressure, the torch body is made up of tungsten carbide. From this torch body, the gases inside this torch body, the gases will mix and they'll come out from here. You'll put a flame, you'll just put a spark, and because of the spark, the combustion will start and a flame will be formed. So this is a flame. Okay. The oxygen cylinder is generally black or blue in color. The acetylene cylinder is red in color. Okay. The pipe connected to oxygen cylinder is also black or blue in color, and the pipe connected to the acetylene is red in color. This oxygen cylinder pipe is made up of copper. Why copper? Because since the pressure is high, we need good strength. Along with the good strength, since this is a pipe, we need good flexibility also. That's why this pipe is made up of copper. Now the problem is this acetylene is highly reactive in nature. And if it comes in contact with the copper, it decomposes the copper. It will decompose the copper and the acetylene will leak out. That's why we cannot use copper with acetylene. So what we use is rubber. Some high strength rubber we'll use. This rubber is not going to react with the acetylene. Now, since all the cylinders and all the pipes are at one location, there are chances that due to some negligence, the pipes can have cross connection. Like you can connect the copper pipe to acetylene or you can connect the rubber pipe to oxygen. But that should be avoided, right? Otherwise, some accident may occur because of leakage of acetylene. That's why we use different color codes. We keep the oxygen cylinder as black and blue, and we keep the respective pipe as black and blue. We keep the acetylene cylinder as red, and we keep the respective pipe as red. Okay, this is the reason for different colors. Please copy this diagram. It is not why rubber, it is why not copper. We are not using copper with acetylene because it will get decomposed. That's why we use something not reactive, which is not reactive in nature. We use a rubber which is not going to react with acetylene. Okay. Copper pipes will have good strength. And along with that, the copper is flexible in nature. We can obtain flexible pipes by using copper. That's why we are using copper. Flexibility means the pipe can be folded. Okay, I'll dictate everything. Please copy the diagram first. I'll dictate the entire thing together. First, one more thing you have to understand. Why oxygen I am taking at 15 megapascal, why acetylene I am taking at 1.5 megapascal. The thing is, oxygen is available in the room also, right? Throughout the room we have oxygen, but it is in gaseous state and its specific volume is very, very high. Hence, to be able to store the oxygen, we should reduce the specific volume of oxygen, right? So, to reduce the specific volume of oxygen, we keep it at 15 megapascal. At 15 megapascal, it will be in liquid state at very low specific volume. Hence, we can store a large quantity of oxygen. Okay. So, it is kept at 15 megapascal to reduce the specific volume. Then we have acetylene. Acetylene is kept at 1.5 megapascal. The reason for that is acetylene is not kept alone. What we do is we keep acetylene stored, absorbed, but better word is absorbed in acetone. We cannot directly store the acetylene because it is highly reactive. We keep it absorbed inside a chemical called as acetone. Okay. Now what happens is with increase in pressure, the absorption capacity of acetone also increases. Okay. So at 1.5 megapascal, acetone can store large volume of acetylene. It can absorb large volume of acetylene. That's why we keep it at 1.5 megapascal. Okay. It is nearly 400 times. Like 1 liter of acetone can absorb 400 liters of acetylene. 400 liters of acetylene. Okay. So please start writing. The oxygen is stored inside the cylinder. The oxygen is stored inside the cylinder. The oxygen is stored inside the cylinder at a very high pressure. At a very high pressure of about 15 megapascal, so that its specific volume is reduced, 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 and we can store large volume of oxygen, and we can store large volume of oxygen, and we can store large volume of oxygen inside the cylinder, we can store large volume of oxygen inside the cylinder. Next point. Since acetylene is highly reactive in nature, it is stored inside the cylinder. By absorbing it using acetone. And at 1.5 megapascal, and at 1.5 megapascal, 1 liter of acetone can absorb up to 400 liters of acetylene. Next point. Since acetylene is reactive in nature, no. Before this, please write down. To connect the oxygen cylinder to the torch body, copper hoses will be used. Hoses or pipes. Okay. Copper hoses will be used. Because they have good strength. Because they have good strength, and also they are flexible in nature, and also they are flexible in nature, also they are flexible in nature. Next point, next point. But since the acetylene is highly reactive, but since the acetylene is highly reactive, but since the acetylene is highly reactive, it decomposes the copper, it decomposes the copper, it decomposes the copper. Hence copper is not used, hence copper is not used, hence copper is not used as the host material, hence copper is not used as the host material, as the host material, HOSE, host material, for the acetylene cylinder, for the acetylene cylinder, for the acetylene cylinder. And instead rubber will be used, and instead rubber will be used, and instead rubber will be used. Next point, next point. Since all the cylinders, since all the cylinders and hoses will be kept at one location, will be kept at one location, will be kept at one location, there are chances of cross connection, and hence to avoid this, different color codes will be used for cylinder, different color codes will be used for cylinder, and their respective hoses, different color codes will be used for cylinder and their respective hoses. Okay, now we have seen that for one acetylene we require 2.5 oxygen, right? Out of this 2.5 oxygen, only one mole of oxygen I am taking from the cylinder, only 1 mole of oxygen I am taking from the cylinder, and remaining I am taking, where will I get the remaining oxygen from? Atmosphere. Remaining will come from atmosphere. Okay. Why I am writing remaining is, it is not necessary that always I will take only one. Sometimes I can take 1.2. If I am taking 1.2, remaining 1.3 will come from atmosphere. If I am taking 0.8, so remaining how much? 1.7 will come from atmosphere. Like this. Okay, overall it will be 2.5. Whatever we are taking from the cylinder, remaining will come from the atmosphere. So based on how much oxygen we are taking from the cylinder, this oxyacetylene welding will give us different kinds of flames. So if we are using more oxygen, it will be called as oxidizing flame. Okay. If we are using more than one oxygen, it will be called as oxidizing flame. If we are using less than one oxygen, it will be called as carburizing flame. If we are using exactly one oxygen, it will be called as neutral flame. Why the names? Because see, if you are using one oxygen, how many acetylene you are using? One. So both are one. It will become neutral. If you are using more than one oxygen, acetylene is one only, oxygen is more. It will be called as oxidizing. If you are using less than 1, again acetylene is 1 only. So less than 1, it means carbon is more. Since acetylene is more, it means carbon is more. That's why it will be called as carburizing flame. Okay.